while waiting for food, but I'm not giving it to them because it's too early. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I decided to go book shopping, and we're not just gonna buy one book or two books, we're gonna buy multiple books. I have actually been pretty good with just buying one or two books a month. I think after I did a book buying ban, because a couple years ago I was very addicted to buying books. It was every week I was getting a book package. I was going out to Big W or Kmart and buying books, or if I went to the bigger shopping centre, I would be going to Dimmicks, Robinson's, QBD and just buying a whole bunch of books. And my parents were like, you have to stop. And I'm like, I do. Like, I'm out of money. So I did a book buying ban for a couple months, and it really did help. And so I've now been really good at saving my money and not spending it all on books, which has been really great. So I have limited myself to one or two books a month to buy. I'm gonna turn this off. My mirror, I don't know if it's like haunted or if it's just short-circuiting, but it flickers and it turns itself off. Anyways, so yes, I've been very good at doing that, and I have been unhauling a lot of books. I started unhauling books maybe 2 years ago. I've been selling my books on my Depop, and it has been very hard to sometimes just get rid of books, but at the same time I would rather I sell the books that I know that I'm not gonna read and just have no interest in anymore, or didn't end up liking and would love to give it to someone else that would appreciate, instead of the books sitting on my shelves. So I have been pretty good with doing some unhauling, and it's become a lot easier. I can look at books now and be like, yeah, I'll keep you on my shelves. No, I'm not going to read you. I did not like you. I don't want you on my shelf. I have room on my shelves now, mainly just on my fantasy shelves, because I haven't really gotten rid of a lot of romance books. A lot of them I haven't actually really read, so I haven't really touched those, but I do have a shelf on the bottom that does have quite a bit of books. They've been selling, which is really good. And I now have more space. So I'm just looking at them and I'm like, I need to buy more books. So we're doing a big book shopping spree today. I'm only going to one bookstore because we only have one bookstore right near me. The other ones that I would go to are about like 30 to 40 minutes away, and I don't want to drive that far. And also I haven't had good experiences driving there. Mainly my fault, but so we're just going to the one bookstore today, but I might check out Big W or Kmart and see what they have today. I have quite a list of books that I want to buy today. I did check online to see if there's a lot of the books that I want in stock in store, and a lot of them are low stock because unfortunately the bookstore that I go to, they only have like one or two books available of every book, which I feel like is the usual, but I'm really hoping that even though they're there, they're going to be good copies. I'm going to see how many books are actually in stock there, and if I cannot, I'll get more books on Booktopia because that has been revived. I also do have to get a click and collect for my mother because she bought something from a store, so I'm gonna have to do that first, and then we can go book shopping. But we're gonna see how this shopping experience goes. I hope I get some really good books. I'm kind of scared to film though there because it's either really busy and the spaces are tight. The shelves are so close together, it's so tight in there. The cash register is right next to the fantasy section, so if you see me going like this with my camera, they'll be like, what the hell is she doing? Okay, I'm talking too much. I am going to get changed and then we're gonna go. Done some damage and I almost left it with more books. I bought 6 books. To me that doesn't sound like a lot, but at the same time with the price I was like, holy shit. I think I found about 4 books there. No, I found most of them except for one 2 of them were damaged, okay, and so I did not end up buying them. Gear Breakers I found. I was like, oh yes, found it. The whole book was completely bent. I was like, no thank you. I don't know how they're stocking that and thinking people are going to buy the book. Some people probably will, so I didn't end up buying that. I also didn't find This Woven Kingdom, and I have a feeling that someone came in and bought it before me because there was a gap between the 2 other books that go with the first book, and I was like, shit, I've just missed the book. I did, however, when I went to go check out, I saw at the very top they have a whole bunch of box sets. And I did see This Woven Kingdom, and I was gonna buy it as like a whole, but I don't want to buy the whole thing and not end up liking the books. And I need to get into the habit of just buying the first book and reading it and seeing if I like it. Then I'll buy the rest of the series. I did buy 2 other books that were not on my list. One of them I was surprised to find because I did not think it was out yet. And then the other one, someone that I know has just recently read the book. And I was like, I need the book. There's a movie coming out for it. First book that I got, Dream On, Ramona Riley. I'm actually pretty excited to read it. I did go on TikTok this morning and see that someone had recently read a book. It was a sapphic book and it was set in like the Bridgerton times, and I wanted to get it. And I was like, oh, I'll add that to my wish list. So I added it to my wish list. And I go to the bookstore and it's there. Unfortunately though, it was damaged. So like, I'll save my money on that. So I just got this one. I did find some gay books as well. There was an F1 gay book and I was like, oh, that's another one to add to the shelves. I can add it to the Bright Falls trilogy. Next book I got, 6 Crimson Cranes. Look how gorgeous this cover is. It is so gorgeous. Oh my god. And they had her other books there, but I only wanted to buy this one and see if I really like her writing. And then I'll buy the rest, but I think this is part of like a duology, maybe a trilogy. If you have not seen the UK versions of Elizabeth Lim's books, go have a look at them. They are absolutely stunning. Oh my god, I want them all on my bookshelf, but I'm gonna read that one first. Excuse me. Next one that I got. Yep. It's very nice, and it was the last one. I was like, perfect, that was a sign I needed to buy it. I don't like looking at prices anymore. I'm just like, yep, I'm gonna buy the book and I'm not gonna look at my bank account. I know there's like 2 versions. I know it says Mistborn and then there's another version called The Final Empire, which I'm really confused about because it's Mistborn. It's part of Mistborn. This is Mistborn book 1. So I did end up buying it. I don't think I've seen writing this bold and this big. Or I've seen bigger writing, but interesting. I might have to crack the spine on this because it's like, it's a brick. I do want to read more high fantasy books, but I'm scared I'm not going to like them because I've been reading a lot of fantasy books with like a subplot of romance, and I just haven't read much high fantasy. Like, I really want to, but it scares the crap out of me, okay? It scares me. I do want to read more fantasy books that just have like a subplot of romance, or it's just like a teeny tiny little grain of romance, and be more into like the fantasy worlds and stuff, but I'm really scared. So next one, which was not on my list and that's coming out as a movie, is Project Hail Mary. Apparently Ryan Gosling is going to be starring in the movie, and my good friend Ashley, aka Boa, she just finished this book probably yesterday or a couple of days ago, I don't know, but she said that she was really enjoying it, so hey, I want to try it. It's a little bit interesting. Oh right, so there's also Artemis and The Martian. I have not read or watched The Martian. I haven't really had much of an interest in it, but I might watch it. I don't know. This bit of it is really annoying me. We'll see. But I did look at this and I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna buy it. But I've heard there's like aliens and this guy wakes up in space. Ooh. The next one I got, which was obviously on my list, and I found it at the front, and then they literally had a whole bunch of copies right next to the cash register, and that is Of Flame and Fury. It's a little bit smaller than I thought, but it's Phoenix Racing. It's profitable and it's deadly. I haven't heard much of it, but I just saw that the author had did like a book signing thing, and I think in Sydney. I was like, okay, interesting. I think it's Sydney. I could be wrong. Look how cute that is, but it's also got reins. They're called reins, right? I think they are. And a saddle. Interesting. I do really like the cover. I think it's gorgeous. And then the last book that I bought was a new release that I didn't know was coming out. I didn't see anything about a release date. And then I saw it at the bookstore and I was like, I either buy it now or I wait until a smaller version comes out. Which, here's the thing. This just came out and it's in a small edition. Okay, why is that a lot of publishing companies are coming out with big ass versions of books, especially in series, so it doesn't match up? You have all these small books and then you just have this new one that's like the 4th book and it's like this big. Why? Am I still gonna buy it though? Yeah, unless it's part of the series, then I'm gonna wait. Anyways, we're not gonna look at this. I bought Not Quite Dead Yet by Holly Jackson. I had no idea that this was out, but I bought it. This is her new adult thriller book, and if you know her, she has written A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, 5 Survive, and the reappearance of Rachel Price, and they're all YA. So I am excited to see what she's gonna do, because especially for the last book in A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series, she was really like on the edge, ready to write some gruesome stuff. She was ready, and so I want to know. I want to see her let go and give us some gruesome shit. I have no idea what this is about, but I feel like I'm gonna enjoy it anyway, because I loved A Good Girl's Guide to Murder. I did enjoy 5 Survive. I have not read Rachel Price yet. I started it, and that was in a time where I was in a book slump, and every book that I would pick up, I would start, read about 2 chapters, and never pick it up again. I bought it. I'm excited. That is my QBD book haul. I did try to get as much footage as I can without trying to be too obvious. So these are the books that I got. I am going to order other books on QBD and Booktopia, so I will do a whole haul when I get those books. As of right now, this is what you're seeing. It'll take a little while for me to get the books, but for you guys, I've already got the books, and you're gonna watch the next clip of me showing you the books. But maybe I shouldn't buy more books. I'm gonna buy more books. Books. Yeah! I still have 2 books that are not gonna arrive until I think it was next week, because I need to get the books to the warehouse. So it's only 2 books. It's supposed to take like 5 to 10 business days. We'll see how that goes. We're gonna start with Amazon first. I have been looking at this on my desk since Friday, and I have been so tempted to open it. Yesterday, when I thought I wasn't gonna get my books, you know what? I'm just gonna open it. But I was like, no, I'm gonna get my books tomorrow. I can wait another day. Oh, yes. Okay. First thing that I actually bought. Oh my god, these actually look so cool. I bought sword bookmarks. I remember back in, I think it was 2021 or 2022, I saw so many people having these little mini sword bookmarks. There were so many different types of swords, and I wanted them so badly, but I couldn't get them because they're all the way in the US. I found some of the most gorgeous, oh my god, they're a bit heavy, but I found some really gorgeous sword bookmarks. Are these not pretty? They have a red gem in it, but then there was also one with a light blue, and they kind of give the vibes with like the different colored gems, either like dark kind of fantasy, medieval kind of times, and then you have like the light blue with it, and it felt very light fantasy, whimsical kind of thing. And I thought, because of fantasy books, I thought those would be absolutely perfect, especially with the books that I've been wanting to read. It was $6 for the both of them. This is gorgeous. Oh, and I finally got my Kindle case from Burger. Look how cute this is! It's got dragons. I absolutely love it. And I love that it's magnetic, so that sticks to there. And then I've also got this. Not sponsored, by the way. That is like the best, because I feel like with my pop socket, it leaves like a dent in between my fingers, and it becomes very annoying. But I love this. Look at the details. Oh my god. If I was in a fantasy book, this would be my sword. Okay, for the books! Are we ready? Dun 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 dun. The first... Oh, that's not gonna annoy me. First book that I got is a thriller book called That's Not My Name. There's a booktube that I watch called Faith's Reading Corner. She had raved about this author, and their books and I was like, I need more thriller books, and she said these were really, really good. So I ended up buying the physical copy of this one. And then I do have another one on my Kindle. I think it was No Place Left to Hide. I think it was. But that was $1 on my Kindle. And so I bought it. The second book that I got, so many people rave about this book. Holy shit. And she is thick. Is she a brick? Not really. I'm scared because I've heard this is really sad story, but it's good, and it's the Sword of Kaigan. Her other book, Blood Over Brighthaven, is in our bookstores, but not the Sword of Kaigan. And I was really, really confused about that because I swear I had heard the author before, and I was like, hang on, hold. This isn't in store. I feel like it will be picked up to be judicially published by the end of the year, but we will see. I've just heard that this is really depressing and sad, but it's an amazing story, so I'm terrified, but I'm excited. Wait, hold on, I wanna see what it looks like. Okay, that's like sticking out. Oh, I mean, look at that. That's cool. I wish it was a little bit smaller because I know there was like these little mini swords, but that's cool. On to these books, and then I'll tell you the books that I will be getting next week. I do want to get this video up, so I'm not going to wait for those books. I was waiting just for these ones to make the last of this video, but oh, hello. Oh, okay, there's a receipt. Came with a bookmark, and I just found that so funny. Too old for DiCaprio, and there's just a whole bunch of other stuff on it. Anyways, the first book that I got is Gear Breakers. I'm so excited for this, and this is not damaged, but I am very, very excited for this. This is supposed to be a sapphic fantasy. I think it might be dystopian, but look how cool this cover is. I'm so excited to read it. I kind of want to pick it up. I'm reading a new book now, so I can't read it yet, but I'm gonna add that to my collection of sapphic books over there, which I'm very, very excited about. My collection is growing, and I found so many more sapphic fantasy books that I've been adding to my wish list. I got She Who Became the Sun. This, not even the littlest bit floppy, so I'm gonna have to break into her, unfortunately. But another sapphic fantasy book. This is based in China, 1345. Anyways, I'm very, very excited to read it. The last book that I got, oh my gosh, she's a brick too. I thought this would have been floppy. Anyways, I got This Woven Kingdom by Tahira Mafi. I've heard nothing but amazing things about this book and this series. I know there's a 4th book coming out, and I really like the color scheme of the covers of these books. I think they look really, really nice. Obviously, this is the same author as the Shadow Me series. I did actually end up selling my Shadow Me books. I just sent them off yesterday. In the near future, I'm not planning on continuing the series, so I will try this one though, because apparently the writing is a lot better in this one. Those are the books that I got. I am so, so excited to read all these and absolutely terrified to read them. The other 2 books that are still coming and that I've ordered on Booktopia is The Blighted Stars, but I've heard really good things from a booktuber that I've started to watch, who is Carrie Can Read. She's been reading an arc of her new book, and she said so far it was really good, but she said that The Blighted Stars is really, really good and highly recommended it. I also really do like the cover. I think it looks cool. I love a lot of fantasy and dystopian covers. I think they always look awesome. The other book that I bought was The Phoenix King. I cannot really find that book anywhere besides Amazon, and I don't want to buy it from Amazon, so I ended up getting it on Booktopia because that was the only place where I could get it that wouldn't take like a month or 2 to get here. I bought it and I'm really, really excited. All these books I've seen like little bits of stuff on. I don't know synopsis on a lot of these books, and I don't really want to know. I like going into books blind. That is it for this video. I hope you guys did enjoy. I'm sorry about the little bit of a low quality video. I don't have a camera. Well, I do. I have this one, but it's my photography camera. I don't use it for videos. So I'm going to use my phone. I'm going to wait until I save up for a new camera. I hope you still did enjoy the video. That is all the books. I'm excited. Hopefully you'll see me read these soon, because if I don't read these soon, I will most likely not end up reading them for a very long time. Like all these books that are currently on my book cart. They've been on my physical TBR for years. It's not fun anymore. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you in the next one.